Gravity. What is it really? It's one of the universe's fundamental forces, a silent, invisible pull. It's the reason an apple falls from a tree. It's why we don't float off into space. Sir Isaac Newton gave us the first big ideas about it. He saw that apple, he wondered, and he realized this force wasn't just on Earth. It acts between any two objects with mass everywhere. It keeps the moon circling the Earth. It holds the planets in their orbits around the sun. It's the cosmic glue holding galaxies together, vast collections of stars. This force is incredibly important for life as we know it. Gravity anchors us to the Earth. Without it, we would simply drift away. Our precious atmosphere, the air we breathe, would also escape. Imagine a world with no air. That's a terrifying thought. Gravity shapes our planet too. It pulls downwards, creating the pressure that forms rocks. It makes mountains stand tall. It dictates that rivers flow from high ground to low ground, carving valleys and canyons. It is the sculptor of our world. Think of the fabric of space and time as a giant, stretchy sheet, a cosmic trampoline. When you place something heavy on this trampoline, like a bowling ball, it creates a dip, a curve. Now, if you roll a marble nearby, it will curve inwards towards the bowling ball. Massive objects like stars and planets do this to space-time. They warp it. This warping is what we feel as gravity. Albert Einstein showed us this. He called it general relativity. It's a profound insight into how the universe works. So gravity isn't just some minor detail, it's a fundamental law of nature. It governs how everything with mass interacts, from the smallest speck of dust to the largest galaxy. It dictates the structure of the cosmos. It allows stars to ignite. It allows planets to form. It allows us to stand here on this beautiful Earth and ponder these very questions. Without this constant, gentle, yet overwhelmingly powerful force, our universe would be unrecognizably different. A chaotic soup of particles, perhaps. Not the ordered cosmos we see. Let's imagine a wild scenario. What if gravity just stopped, suddenly, instantly? One moment you're sipping your coffee, the next it's gone. The very first thing you'd feel is an incredible lightness. Everything not firmly attached would begin to float. You, your chair, your breakfast, that coffee would form a perfect sphere, then it too would drift upwards. Your pet cat would be doing confused mid-air somersaults. It would be a profoundly disorienting experience for everyone, everywhere, all at once, a truly bizarre start to any day. What about the Earth itself? Buildings are designed to resist gravity's downward pull. They might hold together for a short while, but the ground beneath them, the loose soil, the rocks, the sand on the beaches, all of it would immediately start to lift off. The planet would begin to shed its skin. Oceans would be a colossal problem. All that immense volume of water, no longer held in place, would break apart. It would form countless giant shimmering blobs rising into what used to be the sky. Earth would start to look very strange indeed. Humans would face immediate peril. We are not built for sudden zero gravity. We would be tumbling helplessly, colliding with other floating objects or other floating people. Breathing would quickly become a major issue. Our atmosphere, that vital blanket of air, is held to Earth by gravity. Without that hold, the air molecules would begin to disperse. They would escape into the cold vacuum of space. The sky would rapidly darken, even in daytime, as the atmosphere thinned to nothing. We would lose our shield against harsh solar radiation. And the planet Earth, it's spinning, quite fast actually. This spin creates an outward force called centrifugal force. Normally, gravity is much stronger, easily overpowering this and keeping Earth in one piece. But if gravity vanished, that outward force would take over. The planet would begin to bulge at the equator. Then catastrophically, it would start to break apart. Earth would disintegrate. It would transform from a vibrant blue sphere into an expanding cloud of rock and debris. A truly dramatic and final end to our world. The natural world is intricately choreographed by gravity. Think about plants. Their roots grow down into the soil, seeking water and anchorage. Their shoots grow up towards the sunlight. How would they know which way is which without gravity's cue? Seeds wouldn't settle. They'd just float aimlessly. Trees, majestic and strong, would be uprooted from the now loose ground. Animals, too, would be in utter confusion. Birds might still flap their wings, but landing would become impossible. They would simply continue to drift upwards, lost. Every living thing would be affected. Water, the lifeblood of our planet, behaves as it does because of gravity. Rain falls down, rivers flow to the sea, lakes pool in depressions. Without gravity, this entire cycle collapses. Water vapor might remain, or water could form floating spheres, but it wouldn't collect or flow. The oceans, before dispersing, would be a chaotic mess. Ecosystems, from the deepest sea trenches to the highest mountain peaks, are all fundamentally shaped by and dependent on this force. Life evolved within its constant presence. Its absence means the unraveling of nature. Our technology, too, is built upon the assumption of gravity. Consider satellites. They stay in orbit because of a delicate balance. Gravity pulls them towards Earth, while their speed flings them outwards. No gravity means they would all shoot off in straight lines, lost to the cosmos. Power generation would be crippled. Hydroelectric dams rely on falling water. Even simpler machines, like a grandfather clock with its pendulum, would stop working. Our entire infrastructure, from bridges to skyscrapers, is designed to manage gravitational forces, and it would all become useless. Imagine trying to build anything. How do you lay a foundation if the materials just float away? How does a crane lift anything if there's no down for it to be lifted from? Transportation systems would grind to a halt. Cars and trains need friction with the ground, which gravity helps provide. Ships float because of buoyancy, a concept tied to gravity and water displacement. Airplanes create lift to counteract gravity. Without it, they might briefly fly, but with no atmosphere and no way to land, they become mere projectiles. We are creatures of a gravity-bound world. The immediate aftermath of gravity vanishing would be nothing short of pure, unadulterated chaos. There is no gentle way to describe it. The Earth itself would begin to disintegrate. Our atmosphere would be lost to space. All water would disperse. Life, in every form we know it, would cease to exist on this planet very, very quickly. It's a scenario leading to complete and total annihilation for Earth and its inhabitants. It would be the ultimate cosmic catastrophe for humanity, a swift and terrifying curtain call on our existence. Are there any conceivable benefits, however small, in this nightmare scenario? Perhaps for astronomers, for a fleeting few moments, with no atmosphere to blur the view, the stars would appear with unimaginable clarity. The Milky Way would blaze across a perfectly black sky, but this would be a very brief spectacle, observed as your world literally fell apart around you. This is a tiny, almost insignificant, silver lining. It's certainly not worth the price of admission, which is everything. The universe would offer a stunning show just before the theater itself collapsed. Could humanity somehow adapt or survive such an event? Not on Earth, certainly. The planet would no longer be a habitable place. It would cease to be a planet at all. If we were already an advanced spacefaring civilization with large self-sustaining habitats in space, perhaps a tiny fraction could survive. Astronauts live in zero gravity for extended periods. However, this requires incredibly sophisticated technology and stable artificial environments. And what if the sun's gravity also vanished? Stars are held together by their own gravity. No gravity, no stars. Ultimately, pondering a universe without gravity is a powerful thought experiment. It underscores just how essential this force is. Gravity is the silent architect of the cosmos. It's the force that brings order from primordial chaos. It allows stars to ignite and shine for billions of years. It gathers dust and gas to form planets. It holds atmospheres. It permits the conditions necessary for life to emerge and evolve. Without gravity, there is no cosmos as we understand it, only a fleeting, expanding chaos. So, let's take a moment to appreciate this fundamental force. It keeps us grounded,